Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ila hadratina Mustafa Rasulullah SAW wa alihi wa sahbihi wa tabi'ina tabi'ina ma'hum bi ihsan ila yaumiddin thumma ila arwai abaina adada satina wal jamil muslimina wal muslimat al-khayar amwat syai'un lillah nafsu Fatihah.
Bilang syaitan selalu. Ya kena
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin wa salatu wa salam asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So we continue from the last week we left at slide 53, 52. Okay? They have not shown Allah the reverence He deserves. Surely Allah is all powerful and almighty. Now, let me bring you the road that many people are not clear and have failed to show reverence to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You see, you can see all over the world, be it on the street, be it in the mosque, be it in all religious institutions and others, be it not religious or non-religious institutions, they're all screaming for Allah to take actions against the Israeli. The perceived crimes, the perceived cruelties, and so on against the Palestine day in and day out. Look, this is the war between mankind and mankind. Israeli is fighting their war without need to call Allah to help. And why are you calling Allah to help you? Why? Because Allah come to help. You know the disasters that will come into being from Allah intervention. You can see the Prophet Noah, the whole Ummah gone. Prophet Lot, Prophet Saleh, Soam, and others. And you see, when Allah intervened, you can see the Holocaust. Millions of Jews will die. Is that what you're asking for? When the Israeli kill thousands, you ask Allah to kill by millions. Why are you not fighting your own war? Why are you calling Allah to help you? Let me give you an analogy. If monkeys on the cliff threw stones on the houses below the cliff and destroy many houses and kill many people, if you call Allah, please build my roof again, Allah, please kill the monkeys, you have shown no respect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have much better thing to do. You must repair your own roof. You must find ways to contain the monkeys. You cannot ask Allah to fight your war and to repair your roof. That's wrong. You are not respecting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You see, the Dutch, their problem with the sea. They don't call Allah to help us, help us. No, they build up their land, and now they are not affected greatly with the sea. Even Singapore, you can see, we had flood every year throughout the country. But the government find ways to overcome it. Not pray to Allah in the morning, Allah help me, Allah help me. Find ways. And the Singapore government built plenty full of drains, bigger drains and so on, and other improvement of infrastructure. Now we hardly have flood like before. So the Muslim world must get together. The best thing is to lay down the arms. Follow like Gandhi, non-violence. Put down all the arms. Don't buy any more arms. And you're buying from the enemies to fight the enemies. It doesn't make sense. Stop buying arms from the enemies to fight the enemies. Stop. Lay down all arms. All Muslim countries. In this way, Israel will not be fearful of its safety and security, because Islamic country gave up totally armaments, including Hamas, gave up and concentrate on nation building through economic, education and others. Build up, like Singapore, from an island backward to become the first world country. Nothing is impossible. Lay down the money that being used to purchase armaments. Use them to build, to use for nation buildings. In this way, we can have food on the tables. We can have schools. We can have good infrastructures, hospitals and whatnot. Forget about the armaments. You just can't win. You're buying from the enemies. Forget it. Build nation building. Nation building. So what the point is, I'm trying to stress, don't ask Allah to fight your war. Don't. Because Allah is most forgiving and most patient. Because if Allah takes action, you can see what happened in the Holocaust. Millions of Jews died, and all the prophets before our prophets, how their ummah annihilated. Is that what you want to do? So respect Allah. Respect, don't ask him to fight your war. Find a solution. There are many Muslim countries. Give up armaments. You're spending money, useless money. Buy money you use uselessly to buy armaments from the enemies. Give up. Use the money for nation building. And then That is what Allah had commanded in the Quran, the first word, Ikra, Ikra. That means not only reading, but learned. Like the Dutch can overcome the problem of the sea. Singapore can overcome the flood, annual flood, which destroys the country every time. You have to learn, not to give up, learn, and not to go for violence. Islam is a peaceful religion. So they have not shown Allah the reverence he deserves. You calling Allah, fight my war, Allah, kill them. Who you think you are? Instructing Allah to fight your war. Allah, kill the Israeli. Who you think you are? Allah, defend the Palestine. Who you think you are? Giving instruction. You think Allah didn't know? You think Allah didn't see? You think this is your game? It's not. Is Allah amusement and play? He knows what he's doing. Don't tell him what to do. All right? Have reverence for Allah. Keep your mouth shut. Don't say why. Keep your mouth shut. He knows what he's doing. As he told Iblis when they objected for the appointment of Khalifah given to mankind. They objected, and Allah said, I know what you did not know. So don't shout and scream for Allah to help you. He knows what he's doing. That's why in the Quran he said, do you think I did things without hikmah, without benefit, without purpose? There are purposes. There are education to learn beyond all these things. That's why the first word that came out, Ikra, learn. Not only to read, but to learn. So for us, Sufi, keep our mouth shut. Allah sees what is going on. Allah knows what is going on. It is amusement and play. Leave it be. Don't tell him what to do. You are nobody. Even Prophet Muhammad was reprimanded by Allah when he was upset that many of his ummah still are not believers. What Allah told him, your job is pass the message. I know what I want to do. If I want to make the whole world believers, I can do so. You don't tell Allah. Allah kill the Palestine. Allah help the Palestine screaming loud at Allah. In the mosque, religious institutions, on the road, everywhere, screaming at Allah. Who you think you are? You think Allah didn't see? You think Allah didn't know? You think all this happened without purpose? But we don't know. That's why Allah say, what you think bad, actually they are good that you didn't know. So leave it to Allah. He sees, he's not blind. He hears, he's not deaf. But he's also most patient. Most patient. Because if once he take action, the whole nation will be annihilated. That's what we want to be done to the Palestinians. That millions of them they're being killed by calamities, disasters brought down on them. That's what we want. So what I'm trying to say, we have reached at this stage, my friend, that the powerhouse or the power is with the subtle self, not the manifestation. Be it the essence, be it the attributes, these are manifestation, a mirage, illusion, no power, nothing. The one that prime mover, the powerhouse, the real actor is the subtle self. It's not you, Muhammad, who kill. It's I, the subtle self. We know this. You are at this level. And you see the game, the amusement and play on the first level. There's a low mahfuz, the killing and all that. You know these are manifestation. Keep your mouth shut. He knows what he's doing. The manifestation move because the subtle self move it. Because the subtle self that really in reality acting, not the manifestation. Like I showed you the old projector, is the motor that moved the light. The light moved, shown at the films, and then projection of mankind interaction. Okay. Is the powerhouse, is a motor. Without the motor, nothing exists. So, please understand this very well. That we don't exist, we are just manifestation, we're just an illusion, hologram, maybe painting, whatnot. The one that caused us to move is the subtle self. It's just like the wayang kulit, the movement on the screen, white cloth screen. Is from the Pak Dalang, the one that moving. Once you understood this, keep your mouth shut. Allah say, no, you have no say in all this matter. These matters are in my hand. You have no say in it. Of course. Of course. The manifestation move because of the subtle self. The manifestation is just the manifestation of the subtle self. It manifested and it acted. So, please, show reverence to Allah. Don't ask questions. Be like the people, the dwellers in Kahfi cave. They're just in the cave and not bothered what happened outside. Don't interfere. In our terms, sit at the back door, look at the front door. Sit at the back door, remember Allah, look at the front door, never go down there. Just watch the manifestation at play and keep your mouth shut. So be very clear about it. Okay? You must commit in your mind that we are manifestation. All our movements, interactions are in fact or in reality the interaction of the subtle self, which is the powerhouse. Have this in mind very clear. So that you will not be easily swayed by the ignorant. And that is why Allah said to Prophet Muhammad, don't you be ignorant. That is why Allah said it to the Prophet Noah, don't you be ignorant. Don't. That is why he did also did not want to teach Moses. Because if you don't understand this concept, as Hidir say, I'm not doing it because I want to do it. See? I'm not doing it because I want to do it. But Moses could not understand. And so what Hidir say, this is the parting between us. You go your separate way. I go my separate way. Can't understand. So, my dear companion, please respect Allah. Don't direct him. Don't instruct him. He crazy. You instruct him. Hey Allah, kill the Palestine. Oh Allah, help, kill the Israeli. Help the Palestine. Who are you to give instruction? But because you are naive, you don't have knowledge. For us who have the knowledge, we keep our mouth shut and watch the gameplay. You think this war between Israeli and Palestine is very bad? You should see the First World War. You should see the Second World War. Millions died. People were crying every day for the war to stop, for a way out, for peace and all. The suffering, pain and suffering were too much. The First World War and the Second World War. Comparatively to the present war between Israel and Palestine, it's nothing. Nothing. And now you see what happened. The First World War is easily forgotten by the generation to come. But they never see, they never felt it. They never see nor feel it, you know. So forgotten. So when times come, this event will not be permanent. Nothing is permanent. Allah only permanent. The rest are not eternal. Allah is eternal. And this is amusement and play. Is he cruel? How can be cruel? It's a subtle self in action, nobody else. Right. The people, the mankind that you see are manifestation. You can be cruel to manifestation, which is an illusion, a fata morgana. You can't. So please, my dear companion, don't join people giving instruction to Allah. Please, never. Keep our mouth shut, because Allah had said in the Quran, do you think I did things without purpose? And that's what Iblis got hit. Got hit because he said, how can you appoint the mankind which will kill each other and will be ungrateful, whereas we who have been praying to you devotedly, you didn't appoint us. It makes a logical point for Iblis. But what Allah said, I know what you don't know. Yes. So it's a logical point. Allah have to help. The Palestine is very weak. No arm, nothing, no basic thing, no amenities. Israel have everything and pounding on. You think Allah don't know? Same like what Iblis trying to say. This human being will kill each other, will be ungrateful, whereas we 24 hours devoted to you. The same logic. He's telling Allah that your appointment of mankind to be your Khalifa was wrong. Similarly here, don't instruct Allah. Don't tell Allah what to do. Keep your mouth shut. He knows what he's doing. Now, the more you clamoring You are trying to prove Allah don't know what He's doing. You are trying to show that Allah is not merciful, keeping quiet to the disasters happening to the Palestine. No, He knows. He knows. So my Sufi friend, companion, don't join those people instructing Allah, telling Allah what to do, clamoring at Allah to help. You think He doesn't know? You think this thing happened without His permission? Nothing happened without His permission. Nothing happened without His knowledge. But why this thing happened? It's none of your business. He's having amusement and play with Himself. You think you exist. You are just manifestation, illusion. He's having fun with Himself, His subtle self. So have reverence for Allah. Don't join these people instructing Allah what to do, or clamoring to Allah what He should do, or telling Allah what He should do. No. Leave it be. As you can see, the First World War and the Second World War, today is nothing. The hoo-ha at that time, the suffering was terrible. Now nothing. So wait for Allah. He knows what He's doing. There will be this confrontation, Israel and Palestine. These are temporary, it cannot be eternal. Allah only eternal. The time comes, Allah will stop it, not us. So have reverence for Allah. If you heard people say this, you say Allah most knowing. Allah don't do something without purpose. You have to be patient, because Allah is most patient. We cannot compare our patience to Allah. He is most patient. We are the one who are not patient. He is most patient and most forgiving. So, my companion Sufis, please, if they brought this matter to you, say Allah knows what He's doing. He's seeing what is happening. And He knows what He will do. We don't need to tell Him. Okay. So that's why Jesus said, why is the gate of hell? Yet a foolish one among us had been saying an outrageous lie about God. Why Allah keeping quiet? Why Allah is not helping? This is a lie against Allah. He knows what He's doing. Okay? So for us to have achieved this level of knowledge, that is not the manifestation, be it the attribute or the essence in action, because they are just an illusion. It is the subtle self, according to its game plan in the low mouth. Keep our mouth shut. Watch. There will come an end, because nothing is eternal except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, with that, I'll move to the next point. Be always patient, accept and reconcile with Allah, yourself with Allah, and immerse yourself into His divine will. This is what Shaykh Abdul Qadir said. Don't tell Allah what to do. Don't criticize Him. Don't give instruction. Don't. Be patient. Reconcile with Allah. Reconcile means accept that Allah knows what He's doing. and immerse yourself in His divine will means that wait for the game plan to move to the next level. What is in store? We don't know. Allah knows. So immerse yourself into His divine will, His divine game plan. Keep quiet. Such being the case, be ever ready to submit. Yes, submit. Submit ourselves to Allah. Be patient and hold on strongly to God. Hold on to Him. He knows what He's doing. We will see the end result, the Palestine and Israeli confrontation. You will see the end result. Because nothing is eternal except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we can see the two world wars which are more grievous than this war between Israel and Palestine. Now, just past history. People don't talk anymore. People not bothered anymore. Gone. So this, we have to wait. Is Allah's game plan. Wait. There will be an end to all this. Because nothing is permanent except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And here Allah has said, for such their portion appointed must reach them from the book. So this war between Palestine and Israel, there will be appointed time, appointed period. Their portion appointed means appointed period, which must reach them, that they must have to go through this period. Appointed means a portion, appointed means the period that has been fixed. They have to go through it, and the end will be also fixed. The beginning is fixed, the end is fixed. That is appointed portions. So the Israeli and the Palestine must go through this appointed period of the portion, the period appointed, or the portion appointed. This period they must go through. So there's a beginning, there's the end. Must reach them. They must go through this. We understood this. Keep quiet. Right? Allah knows what's doing. But those endue with knowledge, that's what Allah said. We who have the knowledge, the Sufi, and we who have faith in Allah, and we say that we will live according to Allah's decree, order, to the day of resurrection. So everything that Allah had laid down, we will go through. There is no two ways about it. And that's what the appointed portion. We have to go through that appointed period, the period of war between Palestine and Israel, the beginning and the end, the appointed period. We have to go through. That is what those who have knowledge and faith will say. You go through what Allah has ordered or decreed or laid down until the day of resurrection. There is no choice but have to go through. There's no choice. The Palestine have to suffer. No choice. The Israel must be cruel and wicked. No choice. It's not they are just manifestation. It's a subtle self having amusement and play. Allah action manifested on you. So the action of Allah manifested with the Israeli, the action of Allah manifested with the Palestine. That is why in the verse, it's not you, Muhammad, who kill. It's I who kill. So God action manifested in Muhammad. Muhammad, we can put as a mankind, the manifestation. So Allah action manifested, you see the manifestation. Manifested on you, we are manifestation, illusion. That is a time that you are to remain physically passive Means don't do anything. Relax, bro, relax, bro, relax. You have learned, you have known, you have seen from the Sufi eyes. Quiet, right? Remain passive. What will be, will be. So let Lun Chai jump with his pumpkin. Let it be, let it be. So be basically passive and you feel calm because you 100% trusted Allah. He knows what he's doing, right? And this is gameplay, amusement and play. He does what he will, and to his subtle self, there's no other existence. So you feel peaceful in your heart, and your mind is open, not restricted by telling Allah what to do, by scolding Allah for not helping, by a lot of accusations. That's not right. So your mind is open. If you accept my explanation, your mind by now is open. As well as a lighted face, of course, because we have Allah with us. And a soul which is contented, of course. We trust our Allah. He knows what he's doing. And he's having amusement and play with his subtle self, not with anything else or any other existence. The only existence is subtle self. It's just like a person play with his finger, He's playing with his finger. He's not playing with other people's finger. So it's the thing we must understand, that you have reached this level is the subtle self all the time in action, not the manifestation. So how can you think and you decide or plotted? How can you think and you decide or you plan or you plotted? Who cannot do it? You think Allah doesn't know? He knows what he's doing. So don't you plan and decide and plot and all. No need. Woe to you, Allah say. How he plot, how he decide, plot or plan. Yes. Woe to you, how you decide, plan or plotted. You have no say in his game plan. It's amusement and play. You have no say. Keep your mouth shut and don't interfere in Allah's jobs. That's why he say, oh Muhammad, you can put a ladder to the sky or dig a hole in the earth to bring proof. You will never succeed. Okay? So don't you be ignorant. If Allah wants the whole world to be believers, if Allah wants to have peace between Israel and Palestine, He can do so. He knows what he's doing. Why are you praying to Allah and then you are saying that there's something missing about him? Something like, since he not helping the Palestine, there's something of his conduct is missing. You cannot do that. Allah is perfect. Allah is most knowing. You must trust him. That will come later about his trust. No? You have to trust him. You cannot make plan. That's why keep our mouth shut. Now, once you understood what I'm telling you, then you will no longer entertain any desire. You will tell Allah, attack the Israel, whack them properly, kill them. You don't see that. Allah, help the Palestine, help them, quick help. No, you don't do that. You have no desire, no goal or purpose, nothing. So you know you are the manifestation. The one in real action is a subtle self. You are devoid of any need. How you have need? You know you are an illusion. You don't have any needs. The needs are all with the subtle self. Or yearning by virtue that your needs or yearning is for Allah only. Yes. You have surrendered to him. That's all. Oh, Muhammad, be you the first to surrender. You already know that the subtle self is enjoying himself, have amusement and play we are just an illusion, manifestation. Okay? Then with that, you realize that you are also manifestation. Divine will then manifest on you. You are also manifestation. Okay. And Rasulullah was asked, if everything had been predestined, then should not we just surrender in toto? Rasulullah said, don't do that, but live accordingly. It means that just live accordingly and keep your mouth shut and don't interfere in Allah's business. Go to work, find income for your family. Go to mosque, go to study, go to doctor. Normal life. But in your mind, you know that is a subtle self doing all this in your mind. It's just like you can be a Singaporean, and in Germany, you still remember you're Singaporean. In Hong Kong, you still know you're Singaporean. All over the world you go, you still, in your mind, know you're Singaporean. Similarly, you do live accordingly, but at the same time, you know you are just manifestation, illusion, which look real, but that is the greatness of Allah. Human can make something real like animation. Beauty and the Beast can dance, can sing, can do that, can do this, like real. But Allah animation is more powerful than that. It's really real. Okay? But still manifestation. So live accordingly. At the same time, your mind, you know, is a subtle self in actions. Okay? You just don't exist. You are just manifestation. And when disasters strike them, disasters strike them. Quickly we say, we all belong to Him. What? He can do whatever that belongs to Him. You cannot stop it. That what you are saying, that everything is His subtle self. He's playing with the subtle self. You cannot criticize or fail to accept. You cannot. What have you to say that we come from Him and return from Him to Him? So we belong to Him. We are the subtle self. We are just a manifestation of the subtle self. And these people who have in mind all the time that they are manifestation, that all the actions are the action of the subtle self. These are the people who will receive Allah's blessing and mercy. And these are the people who rightly guided. They know the truth. They know the truth. They're not opening their mouth. You see, Prophet Noah opened his mouth. My son, why you drown my son? Open his mouth. And Allah said, don't you be ignorant. Okay. So this is what Ahmad Rifai was saying. Imam Ahmad Rifai was saying. Once Allah taught you the knowledge, this knowledge, you will no longer be ignorant. Be careful, my dear friend, companion. You have this knowledge that everything you see are the action of the subtle self. You have seen the truth. You are no longer ignorant. So always have in mind that we are just manifestation. Manifestation have nothing to say because they're just an illusion. So just live accordingly and keep our mouth shut. Don't open like Iblis and got thrown out from paradise or from the garden of heavens. Okay. We look again. So unto him submit whoever is in the heavens and the earth, willingly or unwillingly, and unto him they will be returned. Now this is very interesting. Of course, we are willing. Willingly we submit to him. Willingly. We know the truth that everything that we see, the interaction of the subtle self, we are just an illusion. In illusion, we don't exist. Manifestation, we don't exist. We can accept that. We surrender, oh Allah. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillah. We surrender to him in our prayer. Holy Spirit, surrender. And we surrender earnestly, holistically, because we know the truth that the prime mover of all the action is the subtle self. We do it willingly, but even if you don't do it willingly, still it will happen because your manifestation cannot do anything. Eh? The subtle self, whether you're willing or unwilling, is subtle self in action. For us, alhamdulillah, we know this. Alhamdulillah, we willingly accept this. For those who are unwilling, but still they have to do. Okay? You see, you must eat. The subtle self wants you to eat. You must walk. Subtle self wants you to walk. You must do all things that the subtle self wants you to do, because the action are actually the action of the subtle self. You have no choice. You are just an illusion. So even though you unwillingly also, it's the subtle self in action, not you. It's not you, Muhammad. Muhammad we can say as mankind. It's not you, mankind, who kill, but it's I, the subtle self. See? I who carry the son of Adam, Adam's on land and on sea. I carry, not the boat or ship, transport. No, I carry. See? Subtle self in actions. All this transport, these are just manifestations. They don't have power, powerless. That move them is that powerhouse, the prime mover. That is the subtle self. And willingly or unwillingly, the subtle self will move accordingly, not to be subdued by you. And you will, unto him, they will be returned. And the manifestation will be annihilated. And what left is his continuance, that is a subtle self. In truth, all actions, all movements, all silence are with Allah. In truth, all action, movement, or silence. So you see, so the action Israel and Palestine, movement of Israel and Palestine, the silence of the Palestinians, those who are against the war, are actually with Allah, the subtle self in action. They are not the manifestation. The manifestation are manifested of the manifestation of the subtle self. There is no good or bad. How to compare? There's only one existence. How to compare? No loss or profits, no achievements and no restriction, no death or life. Is a subtle self in action. Subtle self will not die because it's part of Allah. There's no rich or poor. because everything is with Allah. Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jalal. Everything is a subtle self. Bear it in mind. In truth, all actions of movement. Oh, is it the same? Yeah, same thing. I think. Okay. Oh, we have done it. Say all is from God. Yes. All is from God. Of course. We are just manifestation. We don't exist. The real actions are the action of the subtle self. It's not you, Muhammad, who kill. I who kill. In other words, it's not you having a gameplay, amusement and play, Muhammad. It's me, the subtle self, having amusement and play. What then is amiss? We say, why these people cannot understand the truth? They are no wise near to grasping the truth of what they are told. Don't they understand? Of course, it's difficult for people who are not a Sufi or reach this level to understand. We even see Moses could not understand when he there says, I do not act on my own accord. I mean, he is not doing it because he wants to do it. He knows, right? But for him, he has to explain to Moses. But for us, we cannot do that unless we are teaching. Okay? That's why Rasulullah kept quiet when he was accused of killing his own people. He kept quiet. And the revelation came down. It's not you who kill, but I. Okay? So we cannot say it per se as of right. We can't unless we are teaching. So he did have to explain to Moses, I'm not doing this because I want to do it. Because we know what he's trying to say. That is done. It's not Muhammad who killed, it's not Hidir who killed, but the killing is by the subtle self. But did he kill? No, it's a gameplay. The victim is also the subtle self. So if the victim is the subtle self, there's no death. So it's having amusement and play. So don't you understand, Allah says, what's happening to this? But don't they understand this thing? Allah is witness of all things, of course. Everything done. He sees it, I told you. What's happening between Palestine as well as Israel. He sees it. He knows what he's doing. He's most patient and most forgiving, because when he strikes, the tragedy will be immense. The whole nation will be annihilated, like in Noah, Saleh, Swipe, Lot, finished. Gone. Like the Holocaust, millions gone. So, relax. He knows what he's doing. Okay? He's most patient and forgiving. That's why he say, oh Muhammad, it's not your duty to guide them. Allah guide whom he will. He's telling Prophet Muhammad, you cannot guide people. What we are singing, Muhammad is just a manifestation. He cannot guide. It's just a manifestation. It's not he killed, it's not that he guide. The one that killed, the one that guide is the subtle self, guiding himself and having amusement and play with himself, not Muhammad. Muhammad just manifestation. The command is all together with God, definitely. You see the powerhouse, the prime mover, I told you, is the subtle self. All together with God, together with the subtle self. Do those who believe not have knowledge? Do those who believe not have knowledge? That if God wills, He would have guided humanity altogether. Yeah. If He wants the manifestations, all the manifestations to be believers, no problem. But the one that really acting is His subtle self, manifested, become believers. If you want to, you can say, make His subtle self manifested to become believers throughout the world. He can do that, no problem. And if He will, He could have guided you all, yes. He can make the manifestation become believers if He will. Because He's playing with the subtle self, His own self. Okay. Such is Allah. He does what He wills. I told you, He's the prime mover, He's a powerhouse, He's the real existence, not the manifestation. Allah carries out all that He planned, of course. His subtle self will carry out what the game plan as listed in the law mahfuz. Strict compliant, complete compliant. There's nothing missing, right? Because His subtle self is doing it. Allah create what He will, yes. So His subtle self can be anything. When He had decreed a plan, He said be, and His subtle self be what as He wants. So you see, when He say be, so those spirits that come down from the spirit world, some will take their cue or their game plan or their script from the law mahfuz and become mankind. Some become animals, some become trees, some become rivers, and so forth. All having to follow the game plan. And the one that follow the game plan in reality is the subtle self. Okay? And please don't think that the other creations are not like us. In the Quran, Allah say they are like you. And all the time they glorify Allah in the way that you don't understand. That is why when we are resurrected, so all these animals, tree will be resurrected together. But as stated in the Quran, they'll be resurrected with new body. I swear. All 33 years old. So last time the spirit take the role of trees, animal, fish, whatnot. They're resurrected with a new paradise body. Sexless, not man, not woman. Okay. And pure. Everyone, and each individually will be shown their game plan in the world before. Look at the open book and see our role. So everyone will say, oh, I was a tree before. I was a dog before. I'm mankind. Soon, then each of us with our new paradise body will be welcomed to paradise to enjoy individually, not beholden to a person. All 33 sexless, so there is no menstruation, there's no wee-wee, there's no big job, there's no sex, nothing. And there's no vainful or vanity in our talk. Don't have, because our minds are clear, clean, holistic. Everyone deserves because they have done well in their acting. That's why Allah says, life in this world. Now, He didn't say life in this world just for mankind. No, He said life in this world is amusement and play. So animals also, trees also included. But the village hereafter is the real life for one who knows. So He created that He will. When He decreed a plan, He said, be, and everyone of the spirit coming down from the realm of spirit take their cue from the Loh Mahfuz and become mankind, animals, trees, and whatnot. Okay? At the end of the day, everyone will be resurrected, this new body of dwellers of paradise, and be welcomed to paradise, age of 33, and will be experiencing top holistic life and conditions. 24 hours, you can feel the existence of Allah in paradise. That you don't need anything else. Just the feeling of being near to Allah, that suffices everything else. The paradise. Verily, all in the hand of Allah. Yes. All the subtle self are acting. Nobody else. The subtle self. Be it good or bad. He has certain them from the outset. When He say be, so you got the script of Hindu priest. You got the script of Christian father. You got a script of the imam. And you have a script of an evil person. You have a script of a good person. So each one of us been given the script to act. Okay? So, but in fact, we are not acting. In the subtle self manifested to be priest and behave like priest. Father behave like father. Imam behave like imam. Evil person behave like evil person. Good person behave because the subtle self acting. And that act is just a manifestation. It is as if but we are just the acting part. The real actors is the subtle self. So He ascertained them from the outset. Of course, the subtle self will take whatever script due to them without much ado and be one according to the script. Oh, no big deal. So Shaykh Abdul Qadir says, you have no choice whatsoever in the matter. You got your script, you act like us. We have no choice. We have to baby, child, youngsters, middle age, and old age. No choice. We have to act. No choice. But it's not we who act. The subtle self that act and manifested as young, as youth, middle age, and old age. The subtle self. We know the truth, so don't forget this. You must not be grumpy or disheartened. That's why you don't say, oh Allah, why are you not helping the Palestine? Oh Allah, why don't you help and and make the Israelis suffer. You don't be grumpy or disheartened with whatever Allah places on you, whether it's good or bad. So you see good or bad, don't be grumpy. That is to the world, but to yourself also. You don't be grumpy, right? If your leg is not okay, if your body not okay, that you're handicapped or retarded, remember, this is just amusement and play of the subtle self. You don't exist. So you don't scream and shout or even sing, why am I born this way in your song? You suffer like that. You don't do that. The one really at play is the subtle self. You are just manifestation of the subtle self that manifested as a retarded person. But it's not you. You are manifestation. The one that acting as retarded is the subtle self. You don't exist. Okay. So accept with open heart whatsoever he had predestined for you. Accept it. Life is not that long. And Allah will not burden you if you cannot carry this forward. He bring death to you. As long as you can carry it, He will let you live this way. And when you die, you see paradise. And you say, oh, this is much more worthy than the life that I've suffered in the world. Okay? You are just a manifestation. So in reality, there is neither mobility, movement, or non-movement, except with Allah. Yes, you can't move your manifestation. You move because the subtle self that moves, not you. No good or evil. You are just illusion. The illusion become bad or good. It's the subtle self that acts as one. No loss, profit, no benefit or reward, no restrict opening or closing, no death or living, no dignity or indignity, no rich or poor. In fact, everything is in the hand of Allah, the subtle self. He gives wisdom unto whom He will. Yes. So sometimes you go to university, you found, wow, this guy really brilliant. Always top the class and didn't listen. Wow. Also got medal, first class honors, whatnot. No, don't you envy him. He's just a manifestation. The one that acting is the one, the subtle self. And the subtle self got the script to have great wisdom. Okay? So it's the subtle self. He gave wisdom unto whom He will. And that the subtle self got the script and the manifestation become brilliant. Really the subtle self. And he unto whom wisdom is given, he truly had received abundant good. So if you understood this concept, that even you see a person so clever, so brilliant like Einstein or like, you know Einstein is just an illusion. The one, the acting and the Einstein is the subtle self. And you know this, truly you have received abundant good. Because he unto whom wisdom is given. If you know this, then you are wise. Wisdom is given to you. That the one that acting at Einstein is a subtle self. Einstein is just a manifestation. This wisdom given to you, and you are truly had received abundant good. Those truly fear Allah among His servants who have knowledge. So we who have knowledge, we will not say things that will not respect Allah, not respectful to Allah. Not say. We will not tell or direct Allah what to do, or instruct Allah what to do, or clamor at Allah, shouting whatnot. for not helping. We don't do that. We who have knowledge, we truly fear Allah, and we are among the servants who have knowledge. Because, you see, Allah gives sunshine to people who are good and evil, to believers, unbelievers, they receive sunshine. Evil people, good people will receive sunshine equally. Same also rain. All of them will get it. So even Israeli got the sunshine, right? Even the Israeli got rain. Even the Palestine got sunshine. Even the Palestine got rain. Okay. Even the Ukrainians have sunshine, have rain, same like the Russians. Okay. So ought ye to good to all. That means live accordingly. Once you know the truth, there should not be any hatred. There should not be any kind of action or intentions that you exist, that you are different. No. All of us are manifestation. And that's what Allah said. Everything perish that remain my container. That is the face of the subtle self. Okay. Now, my friend, I will stop here. I will continue part 6 next week. We go into how to attain this stage and how to maintain it, and see how the tests given and so on. I've given you the notes, you can look into it. So I will stop here and continue part 6, inshallah, next week. Next week, I'll be in Kuala Pilah. Yes, I'll be in Kuala Pilah. I'll meet you there. Okay? I'm visiting my old friend there, Mr. Haji Zain. Long time I've not seen him. He's been with me for many years in Singapore. We went to Umrah together. And it's quite old. It's at Kuala Pilah. And I hope to see also my dear friend, Madam Yan, from my school days in London. Her husband had passed away recently. My good friend. For a chance to meet her, and my wife too can meet her, and also to meet others who come to see me. And we spend a lot of time will be at Haji Zain's house because we miss him. So we want to stay as much as possible with him at his house, spend time with him before we come back to Singapore. We may not be able to see him again. So we want to spend every day with him at his house. So inshallah, I'll be there on the 22nd to the 25th. So I'll stop here. Bila taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.